Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Alton West. Today I will have a guest on from Vernon Woods Retirement Community. Also, I will have guests on from the Young Singers of West Georgia. So stay tuned for those interviews coming up in just a moment.
Just what you're hungry for. It's in downtown LaGrange. You have 17 restaurants to choose from, and each has its own personality, from chef-driven establishments to life on the casual side. Celebrate, create traditions, make new friends, discover new tastes. Downtown LaGrange is simply delicious. So come on down.
Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm sitting down with the sales director for Vernon Woods. My guest today is Debbie Jones. Debbie, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Alton. I thank you for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure to sit down with you to talk a little bit about the things that are going on out at Vernon Woods. But before we do that, I understand that you are kind of a newbie here to the City of LaGrange.
My husband and I are newbies. We've been here about 7 months. We moved from Wichita Falls, Texas.
Okay.
My husband is with West Georgia Health Physicians. He's the executive director. And I've been working at Vernon Woods now for 3 months.
Oh my! So you guys are relatively new.
We are
7
relatively
months.
new.
Okay. Well, let me ask this question, because I know that your husband's job brought you here.
Yes.
But let me ask you, what are some of the things that you all like about LaGrange already since you've been here?
Love LaGrange. It's a very friendly community. The people are so friendly and welcoming, and it's just beautiful. I love the green and the rolling hills and the flowers, and the downtown is quaint, and we have a boat, so we're going to be enjoying the lake.
Oh,
so
my.
it's just really, we've really enjoyed it.
Well, very good,
Yeah.
very good. And your background, you're the sales director there at Vernon Woods, but I understand that your background is in hospital administration, correct?
Yes, that's correct. I spent 14 years in hospital administration, and my master's degree is in hospital administration. And then I moved into education and worked at a community college for a while, and I also served on a K-12 school board up in Wisconsin. So I have kind of a varied background.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
we're going to get you plugged into the various community involvement things
Yes,
here.
yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
Well, you're there as the sales director. Talk a little bit about your role as a sales director there, Debbie.
Sure. You know, when people are looking for a place to retire to, we are a retirement community, I help folks out and I give them a tour and I show them the different apartments that we have available and describe to them what life is like at Vernon Woods. And if they decide to come live at Vernon Woods, I take care of all of the paperwork and details, and it's really important to me to make sure that they feel welcomed and acclimated when they get there.
Okay.
You know?
Very good. And you're talking about Vernon Woods, and I know most people, probably the viewing audience, perhaps know where Vernon Woods is located, but just in case someone doesn't know, tell them where you all are located.
Okay, it's down on Vernon Road, and it's actually right across the street from an entrance to West Georgia Health.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Very nice apartments there. And let's talk a little bit about the apartments and various things there, because I know that I'm going to guess that Vernon Woods probably about 15 years of age now.
It is. We just celebrated our 15-year anniversary.
All right.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
So talk a little bit about the apartments and what's available to somebody when they come out to your location.
Sure. Well, we have an independent living community and an assisted living community for folks who need a little bit of care with what we call ADLs, activities of daily living, bathing, grooming, that sort of a thing. And then, like I said, the independent living apartments. We also offer short-term respite care for folks that maybe need a little extra care in between a hospital stay and going home. Or maybe someone's taking care of a loved one at home and they would like to go on vacation or need to do something, then they can leave their loved one with us and we'll take care of them while they're gone.
Oh, man.
From a week to a month, 2 months, however long they need that assistance.
Okay. And then, I've been there a couple of times at Vernon Wood. Very nice, beautiful facility.
Yes, thank you.
Landscaped very nicely and things. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the independent living versus the assisted living and some of the amenities that you all have on site for them, if you don't mind.
Sure, absolutely. Well, one rent check for either assisted living or independent living covers your monthly rent. It covers all your utilities, security. We are a very safe, secure environment, a personal lifeline unit for emergencies, local telephone, cable, internet, housekeeping. If you live in independent living, you get one meal a day in the dining room, and your apartment has a full kitchen. In assisted living, you have more of an efficiency kitchen because you get all 3 meals a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And talking about dining hall, I know that there's a great chef out there.
Chef Jeff.
Chef Jeff, that's right. I've eaten many of his meals, and I do thoroughly enjoy them. I'm sure the residents enjoy them as well.
They do. You know, with my background being in hospitals and things, you don't usually get a lot of compliments on the food, and we always get complimented on the food. It's just really I call him my secret weapon. He just his food, and the residents love him, and he takes really good care of the residents. If they have a special diet or special needs, he meets with each new resident individually. You know, if they have food allergies, whatever, he takes really good care of them.
Okay, very good. Let me ask you now, Debbie, as you talking about, you know, meeting with the residents as they come in, what have you seen to be perhaps the biggest transition that a resident has to go through when they're moving from their place that they've been in for years and years, and now they're moving into a place maybe a little strange to them, may not necessarily know someone there? How do you help them to kind of transition?
Well, we do everything. Everybody there is great. All the managers, everybody that works there is just great, and they really try to help get them acclimated. Think about going off to college for the first time, you know. They're leaving their home that, like you said, they've been in for years and years. So we try to, you know, they're a little nervous, you know, so we try to make sure that they have somebody to sit with. We introduce somebody for them to sit with for their first meal there, that kind of thing. Our life activities coordinator will try to get them to come to bingo or Yahtzee, and you know, we try to introduce folks around. We have a personal trainer who will introduce herself and you know, try to get them to come to some of the fitness classes so that they feel welcome. I personally give them a tour. We have an in-home movie theater, we have a beauty and barber shop, and so you know, when they first move into Vernon Woods, I try to make sure they know where, you know, where everything is. So, and every resident there gets what I like to call, it's kind of like a hotel concierge book. They have a book. Every apartment comes with a book that has all of the manager's phone numbers, the beauty and barber shop hours, the dining hours, transportation, you know, schedule, all those things.
Well, very good.
So try to just make them feel very welcome and like they know what they're doing. Yeah.
Well, very good. And I noticed that you all have activities, various outings
We do.
planned for them as
do.
well. Talk a little bit about
We
that.
do. Our activities, our life enrichment director has taken them to, we have field trips that people can sign up for, and they've gone to the Fractured Flamingo, which is a really fun restaurant in Alabama with entertainment. They go to Sons of Lafayette. They go to the Symphony Orchestra. Oh, she's taking them to Krispy Kreme donuts in Columbus.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So there are some there are some really favorite field trips, and the last couple of years she's even taken a group of people on a trip. You know, they've been to the mountains, they've been to the beach. So yeah, there are different things to sign up for and participate in.
Do most of the residents get involved with those activities?
We have a lot of residents that do. You know, we have a lot of residents that really enjoy. We even you know, some of the churches in town have senior lunches, Thursday Lunch Club, Merrymakers, and you know, we go to lunch once a month, and they have really nice entertainment programs. So we try to, you know, provide a lot of activity for them. We have shopping trips, you know, to the mall, those kind of things.
Very good.
Yeah.
I also know that you all, I know that we are celebrating Veterans Day on Wednesday last week. And I know that you all get involved with community activities and things and celebratory activities of such. Talk a little bit about some of the activities that you all have done.
Sure. Well, you mentioned Veterans Day, and we're having we're honoring the veterans at Vernon Woods today with a program, and we have live entertainment there today. For Halloween, we had a lady came out and she did face painting, and so we had a lot of our residents came out and got their faces painted, and we had a face painting contest. We also had a Halloween door decorating contest. We're going to have a Christmas tea this Christmas. And we're inviting, we're having the residents bring in their grandchildren and great-grandchildren to decorate Christmas cookies with them in December. So we try to celebrate every holiday.
Well, very good. And face painting.
Yes.
And so you have people that actually come in and or do the residents paint each other's?
No. We have a lady who is just fantastic, and she stayed most of the day, and she face painted the staff and the residents, and everybody just got a kick out of seeing everybody, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fun times, right?
It was very fun. Yeah.
Fun times. And Sons of Lafayette, you guys go to those plays or musicals as
We
well?
do. We have a sign-up sheet, and whoever wants to go, we'll take them to local performances.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right, well, very good.
Yeah.
Now, you were talking about the independent living versus the assisted living. So I'm sure there's a staff that's pretty much around the clock. Talk a little bit about your staff.
There is. You know, we're all one building, but we have different communities, and so the building is definitely staffed 24/7.
Okay.
We have what we call resident assistants, who are certified nursing assistants and medication aides, and they are around the clock in Vernon Terrace, which is our assisted living community.
Okay.
So if you need help with getting up to go to the bathroom or whatever in the middle of the night, you can call them and they'll come up and help you with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good. Now let's say, like I said, I've been out to Vernon Wood, Debbie, a couple of times and not been into any of the apartments or anything like that, but if someone was interested in Vernon Wood for their loved one, is there an opportunity? I think you did say you took the residents as they're coming on tours. Can someone come out and get a tour of the apartments?
Absolutely.
And things of that
All
nature?
they have to do is call me and we can schedule a tour. I have a lot of people who just drop in and I will come down and give them a tour. We have 16 different floor plans.
Oh my.
So we try to determine if they're interested in independent living or assisted living, and we can help with that decision too. You know, a lot of times people come and they're not really sure what they need. And we also, our wellness director, Cheryl Messer, she's a nurse, and she will sit down with people and do evaluations to see what assistance they might need. And then that way everybody knows. But yes, absolutely. People can call anytime. I'm happy to give them a tour and invite them for lunch so they can taste Chef Jeff's wonderful food.
That would definitely hook them.
That's
That
worth
would
it. I
definitely hook
promise
'em.
you, that's worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me just ask the question. I don't know if you know that. What's the age? What is the oldest age of a resident that you have there, Debbie?
Well, it's interesting that you asked that. We just celebrated one of our residents, his 100th birthday,
Oh my.
a couple of months ago, and he's living in independent living. And he's a veteran, and anyway, it was really awesome. So
Absolutely.
so our oldest resident, I think Bill wins. I think he's 100.
100.
So,
Okay. So what's the minimum? Is there a minimum age that someone can get in?
oh, I think most retirement communities, it's kind of like AARP and everything else, 55 plus.
55. Okay.
Right.
Whoa, I'm
Yeah.
almost there.
I know.
Okay.
My husband is, I'm not.
I heard that. All right, well, very good. Well, Debbie, just in case someone was listening and didn't get a phone number from you, give them your phone number if you don't mind, if they
Sure.
have further questions.
Sure. Alton, it's 706
Okay.
812 2843.
All right, very good.
Yeah.
And we're talking today with Debbie Jones, the sales director for Vernon Woods at Retirement Community. Debbie, I want to thank you very much for coming on the show and
Thank you,
sharing this
Alton.
information. And definitely, I want to come back out and do taste some more of Chef Jeff's cooking too.
Yep, you're more than welcome.
Okay, well, Debbie, thank you so much.
You bet.
All
Thanks
right.
for having me.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week coming up in just a moment. Welcome back to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Now I am sitting down with the Director of Young Singers of West Georgia, Stacy Hardegree, and also I have with us a young visitor by the name of Render McLeod. Welcome both you all to the show.
Thank you.
Well, it's a pleasure to sit down with you all. Stacy, I think this is my first time having a pleasure to sit down with you to talk about the Young Singers. If you don't mind, tell us a little bit about Young Singers.
Okay. Well, we are in our 20th anniversary this year, so Young Singers is not new to LaGrange. It started out as the Young Singers of LaGrange with about 40 students, and through the years we sort of expanded, and we have kids that travel from 45 miles around every week to rehearse with us, whether it's from Alabama and Harris County and just surrounding areas. So we expanded to the Young Singers of West Georgia.
Okay.
And now we have like over 100 kids in our program, and in different age levels, groupings, and we do 2 big shows a year in town, and then we also go on a tour every year, so it's fun.
All right, very good. And you're talking about young singers, and I think I have a young singer that is sitting here with us this morning,
Yes.
Renda McLeod. Renda, I want to just ask you a couple of questions if you don't mind. First of all, tell everybody how old you are.
10.
10. You have something special coming up, I think,
Sunday. My birthday.
Oh my, birthday, right? So is there going to be a party, Renda?
Yes, sir.
Where is it going to be held?
Urban Jungle.
Urban Jungle.
Urban Jungle.
Okay. You want to tell everybody what is Urban Jungle?
A place in Peachtree City. Do not be fooled by the name.
Okay. What are you going to play while you're there at Urban Jungle?
Laser tag.
Laser tag. Hey, you think I can come along too?
It's limited.
I don't know. Limited.
That's
Limited
right. You
to
told
12
me you
people.
already
Limited
reached.
down to 12 people.
You've been cut down to 12 people, so I would be an extra, so I can't come, right?
No, sir.
Okay, all right.
12 people.
12 people? Okay.
Already exceeded the limit.
Already exceed. All right. Well, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun there at the Urban Jungle playing laser tag with you and your friends. And we want to just wish you a very
Yes,
happy
sir.
birthday,
Thank
too.
you.
You're quite well. Now, you're going to be in the play that's coming up,
Yes, sir.
but you also, I think, have been in one called I Never Saw.
No, that's the one I'm in. That's
You're
the one
in
I'm
the one
in.
now. Okay. Talk a little bit about that if you don't mind.
Well, it centers around the Holocaust, sort of about children who live in this either ghetto or concentration camp, I'm confused, called Terezin,
Okay.
where it held mass amounts of children.
Uh-huh.
And people used art and poetry to get through the tough time that they were going through.
Okay. Oh, and because they were in camps there, so they never got a chance to see a butterfly again.
That's
And you know,
right.
some of the simplistic things of life that when you're confined, that you don't get a chance to appreciate because of that confinement. So we're going to be looking forward to that too, Renda. And I want to come back to you in just a moment, though. Okay.
Yes,
but
sir.
I know that the play that we're here to talk about today is Reaction to Life. Talk about that, Stacey.
Well, our organization is not really a play. We're a music show, so it's more like almost like a variety show, except it's all music.
Musical,
So we have songs that we've sort of taught the kids. That we decided to name this Reaction to Life because as we were trying to think about how to teach history in an interesting way to them,
Okay.
it was just a way for us to connect what was happening in the life of America when certain songs were written. So, for example, our national anthem was written as a reaction to what Francis Scott Key was seeing, and Render knows about that. He can tell you.
Tell us a
sir.
little bit about it.
Okay, they were at Fort McHenry, and it was the War of 1812. The British were attacking, and Francis Scott Key was sitting down in a dungeon on a British ship, and he saw the bombs bursting in air. He saw, and he wrote a song about it. I mean, like, he saw all of it. He saw the whole battle, and the flag, and as he saw the flag was still there, he remained hopeful.
Oh my. You know, and we sang those words and we know the author of those words, but to hear it coming from the mouth of a child that, you know, you're sitting there and you're in prison and you're seeing the bombs and the flag still being there, that's, you know, just deep, you know.
It is. And another song, for example, in the 1930s is Get Happy. We're doing a whole medley of songs that came from the 30s. And that was also a reaction to lift the spirits of the American people because what was happening?
The stock market crash of 1929. People were poor. It was the Great Depression. They needed something to keep them going.
Absolutely.
And so music was part of the, you know, the lifting of life and the hopefulness that people experienced. And so we've just tried to relate to the kids, and as you can see, some of it sticks with them, and
absolutely.
they kind of understand.
A little walking history book here, isn't it?
Yeah, he is. That's why I asked him to come along.
Right. I'm listening to him spit out these dates and stuff.
Exactly.
You know, we remember going through those so many years ago in history and stuff, but, you know, sometimes if you don't use it, you lose it.
That's right.
Absolutely. You know, you talked about Get Happy, and it made me think about the song that Pharrell Williams does now. It said, Be Happy.
Oh, yeah, Happy, yeah.
And, you know, people just really gravitated to that song
Yep.
because I think that so many times we're going through things in life that we just tend to forget to be happy.
That's right.
You know? So let's talk a little bit about when musical, I called it a play, I'm going to get it correct there. When will the musical be taking place?
It's this Tuesday night, November
Okay.
the 17th at 7 p.m. And we do our show this time at New Community Church,
Okay.
which is on South Davis Road, you know, between the mall and
Right.
you know,
Okay.
that area. And but there's, you know, great parking, great seating, a great stage, and the kids completely fill it up, and it just lifts your spirits to see this many kids. They're talented kids. They're all auditioned to be a part of the group, and they just have such life and spirit about them that
Okay.
it's you know, it's a wonderful
Well,
show.
very good.
We do patriotic music. We are going to do a little bit of the beginnings of jazz and ragtime music and how that moved into blues, and then
Okay.
you know, just kind of progressing through
Very
the
good.
evolution of music in America. So,
Okay. And I understand there are going to be some choreographed scenes and things of that
Yes, sir.
nature as
Oh,
well. Renda, are we going to see you out there kind of
Yes, sir.
cutting up the stage?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
let him tell you about his favorite.
Okay, yeah.
My favorite song, not the choreography, not no choreography.
Get that clear,
Well,
right?
it does have a little
It has choreography,
Okay.
but not the choreography. My favorite song is "Me and My Shadow." It was written in the 1920s, and it became a little more popular around the 40s and 50s.
Okay.
By
Me-
who?
Sammy Davis Jr. and Frank Sinatra.
Oh, my. Okay, Me and My Shadow. So that means you're going to be trying to outdance your shadow, perhaps? So we
Yes.
will see some moves, won't we?
Yeah, they sort of mimic the Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis version of that. So
Okay.
it's fun.
It's fun.
They're
All right.
really cute.
Okay, very good. And how many excuse me, how many students will we expect to see there on stage, I guess, Stacy?
About 104, 105,
Okay.
something like that.
Oh my goodness, all moving to the music.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that's going to be fantastic. Tell them again how people can get tickets too, Stacy, just in case somebody didn't catch that.
Yeah, all of our tickets are online for this
Okay.
concert. It's a new system that the Lafayette Society for Performing Arts has implemented, and so you have to go online, and it's lsparts.org, and then you can purchase there.
Okay.
And if you have any trouble, you can go to the office there, but it's very self-explanatory
Okay.
on the website.
Very good. And you know, I think the other thing that you all want to bring out too about the musical is that you do have live music, bands performing music, right?
Absolutely, we
Okay.
do. We have live musicians, no canned music. Everything is either a cappella or live musicians. Also, you can get tickets at the door. We'll have the ability to buy them there. I didn't want people to think if they hadn't gotten them
Okay.
online they couldn't come, but they can.
Okay, well, very good. And talk about the proceeds from this event, if you don't mind.
Sure. Everything goes back to the Lafayette Society for Performing Arts, which is a 501c3 arts organization, and it includes our music organization as well as the theater group that Render's doing the play I Never Saw Another Butterfly, that is also under the Lafayette Society, as well as the Dance Academy and the ballet company.
Okay.
So there are many organizations that this goes back in to support and fund.
Absolutely. And I was thinking, I was down at the museum, the Performing Society, and I talked to Ms. Shook there, and I noticed that a lot of the agencies are now come under the same umbrella.
Right.
So it's very
Yeah,
good that
she's
you all
done
are
a
doing
wonderful job.
Absolutely.
Of
Absolutely.
pulling the community together.
Absolutely. All right. Well, very good. We're here today to talk about Reaction to Life that's going to be taking place on November the 17th out at New Community Church. And ticket price, I think we included, the ticket price is $11.50?
$11.50, yeah.
Okay, very good. Young singers of West Georgia, and we have one young singer here today and celebrating a birthday. One last chance. You think I might be able to get a chance to go to laser tag?
I don't.
Don't think so? Oh, well, I tried. Okay.
He feels bad, I
He
can
feels
tell.
bad. All right. Okay. All right. Well, we're hoping that everybody will come out, ladies and gentlemen, and partake of Reaction to Life and get a chance to see young people like Render here, along with some of the other cast members that will be performing to various genres of musics. And I'm sure it's going to be just awesomely breathtaking.
Thank you.
Well, Stacey, I want to thank both of you and Renda. Thank you for being here on the show today.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you all very much. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more C-Week coming up in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining City Week this week. My guests have been from Vernon Wood Retirement Community, the sales director, Debbie Jones, as she talked about the various amenities that are offered there at Vernon Wood. And if you have a need or a desire to go out and visit them, go out. I'm sure they'll show you around and give you a tour of the location. Also, I had on from the Young Singers of West Georgia, I had on Stacy Hardigree, along with one of her very young singers, Renda McLeod, as they talked about the upcoming musical Reaction to Life that will be taking place on November the 17th out at New Community Church. Ladies and gentlemen, by all means, go out and support this very worthwhile cause for our arts here in our community. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you've enjoyed those interviews, and as always, I want to invite you back for more of City Week.